डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Namaskar, dear students. Welcome to Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University at Chaitanya Studio. BBA student, this side Dr. Jignesh Trivedi from Narayana Business School. And today we are going to discuss a subject, human resource management, wherein we are going to discuss job analysis and related stuff. So let's start today's session. So this is Block 1, UNIT-3, Job Analysis and Job Design. This would be the learning objectives of our session. In the beginning, we'll discuss about what could be job analysis, what are the objectives, how we can utilize, along with process of job analysis, followed by how various methods can be utilized to collect data for the job analysis. Then the another part is known as job design, wherein we have to understand that what is job design, which are the different components of job design, followed by various factors which will affect job design. And ultimately we will summing up by discussing the limitations of job design. So job analysis and job design, this would be the crux of this particular unit. So let's begin with the topic job analysis. Now job analysis, let me tell you students, this is considered to be a pre-function for recruitment and selection. As we all aware, recruitment is a process by which any company is trying to get good potential candidates for their organization. मतलब हम जानते हैं कि रिक्रूटमेंट और सिलेक्शन से अच्छे लोग कंपनी में आते हैं so that those people can work well for the benefit of that organization, and the same people help any organization to achieve their goals. Now, when recruitment and selection starts, actually what happens before that? So there would be two processes. One is job analysis and another is human resource planning. So these are two functions are considered to be pre-function of recruitment and selection. So if any company does job analysis and HRP effectively, which means that company will not have any issue in getting good people for their organization. So alternatively, we can also say if any company fail to do job analysis as well as HRP in time, then there would be a high chance that they are unable to get good potential candidates to run their organization. So this could be a brief intro of the term job analysis. Now let's move on to the fundamental definition given by the management scholars. So let's look upon couple of definitions of job analysis. We have scholars like Michael Jusius and E.B. Flippo. So according to the first scholar, if we consider the definition of job analysis, that it is nothing but a process of studying the operations, duties and organizational aspect of various jobs in order to derive both job specification as well as job description. Now please understand, job description and job specification are nothing but the major outcome of job analysis. We will discuss the same in our forthcoming topic. So if we consider the second scholar, Mr. Flippo, so what he said that job analysis is a process to study and collect related data with respect to different operations and responsibilities pertaining to a given job in any organization. So, from this definition, what we understood that job analysis is all about how we gather data pertaining to one job or many jobs available in an organization, and then we will try to analyze various aspects of that particular job so that people, those who are working and people those who are going to work for that particular job will have better idea about that particular job various aspects. Now let's move on to the next one. Now what could be the major objectives of this term job analysis? If we understood in a general way, there are so many objectives, but if we try to sum up, then there could be three major objectives of job analysis. The first one, work simplification. So as I just told you, now here is a connection. Again, if you try to connect between recruitment and job analysis, via recruitment, we try to get people into our system. Now, as and when you are approaching someone to do a job in your organization, people come with certain expectations about like what kind of job there would be, how they will get adjust, whether they would able to understand or not. But if job analysis has not been done properly, then what happens? As a result, a particular task will be very difficult for the people, those who are coming first time to our organization. And that's why it has been advocated that company should do ample amount of job analysis for various available jobs and futuristic jobs also. So the first objective, work simplification. If any company, which means company is being identified by the HR department. So if people belongs to HR department has done job analysis properly with respect to whatever jobs available before them, then what happens? Particular job and different aspects related to that job will be very much clear and simple for them. Similarly, they will pass on the same to the people who are going to join in organization to perform that job, which means if you do job analysis properly, it will make your work simple. Second, it's about establishment of standards. Now all of you are aware that if things are going properly as per the benchmark, then only we consider it for a longer period of time. It is like in one exam you score 80 out of 100. In another exam, if you score 40 out of 100. In another exam again you score 55 out of 100. Then it's difficult for anybody to faith on you. Why? Because your performance is not consistent. You are not as per the set benchmark. Similarly, when you do job analysis, you will get an idea about certain things which are bare minimum required for any particular job. So, over a period of time, when people are going to get change, you don't need to repeat this again and again. That's why to establish standards, to set some benchmarks, job analysis is required. Number 3, to support other activities. Now see, in human resource management, in this particular department or a function of management, most of the functions are highly intercorrelated, which means A to B to C to D. From A to D, all four functions are correlated, which means if you have done A and B properly, there are very high chance that C and D will have positive impact. Just in that similar line, if you have done job analysis properly, you will be very much easy in order to perform HRP. And as I told you earlier, I am again repeating that if you have done both job analysis and HRP properly, resultant, you won't have any issue with recruitment and selection. That's what we call in general hiring process of your organization. And goes on. If you have done proper recruitment and selection, which means you will not have to spend much time and efforts to train your people. And if you can train them without any hustle, which means they are able to perform excellent. And if your guys are able to perform well, result high achievement for the entire organization. So this is how job analysis could be very much helpful to the other functions of HR as well as overall management. So dear students, this was about the core objectives. And I am sure you got an idea that why job analysis should be there for any organization. Let's move to the next topic. Now let's look upon some very distinguished features of job analysis. So job analysis is something when we use the term analysis, which means we have to gather relevant information. Here the word relevance put a very much significance, because if you don't have proper information, relevant information, the resultant analysis would be total goes into vain. So job analysis, when we do it, we have to have relevant information pertaining to a different job as well as supportive tasks associated with that job. Then in job analysis, we try to define a roles, a different context, a reporting responsibilities, a kind of various small tasks as well as sub jobs associated with that particular major job. We consider all those components. Then here we also try to check what is the value or what is the significance contribution given by an individual in order to perform that job. Now you might have a question that is it about an employee who is working in an office, or it's about a worker who is working in a factory? So let me make it very clear, it's about both. When we consider someone that a particular person is working for an organization, whether he is a blue collar worker working in a factory or it's a white collar worker working in an office, both are equally important for an organization. So organization has to understand that what could be the contribution of that person. So job analysis is one parameter where we try to figure out the level of contribution offered by an individual. Then it's about connectivity. So like no particular single individual can perform any job in isolation. Just as similar in our family, we cannot remain alone, right? We require our parents, grandparents and other family members. Then only you can feel that yes, you are a part of a family, and each one of the member of a family can be there to help others. That's how a family considers to be happy family. Similar to that, when we are talking about an organization, no organization can consider to be a successful unless people, which means employees or workers working over there, should have a cohesiveness, a collaboration, and a kind of cooperation among them. That is possible only when the jobs are highly interconnected. So job analysis gives all the people, those who are working, an idea, a direction, how they can work in collaboration with one another. Last but not the least, it helps to develop a job profile. Like when we have to tell outsider or a new incumbent, the one who would like to join, when we would like to enlighten them that what could be the part of this particular job, then you should have job description and job specification. So job analysis is the one wherein we try to focus upon both job description as well as job specification. So guys, these were the common but very significant features of job analysis. Now, what could be the common usage of job analysis? So, as I told you, the usage would be highly significant and beyond the scope of cover. But let's touch upon certain important aspects like job evaluation. How one job is less or high important than the other one. That's called job evaluation. Similarly, when we are assessing your papers, so how one person is getting A grade and the other one is getting B grade. That is what based upon the evaluation of your answer sheet. Similarly, with the help of job analysis, we can make job evaluation, and based upon which we can take the surrounding decisions so that people with having different jobs will not have any sort of discontentment. Second, job design, like we'll discuss in detail on this topic just after this, so I am not touching this one. Job description and job specification, they are nothing but the babies of the main one, that's called job analysis. Then HRP, human resource planning, one of the similar major function of HR. So HRP and job analysis are two sides of a coin, which means if we have done job analysis properly, it will be very much helpful in doing proper HRP, and vice versa, means the reverse is also true. Recruitment and selection, I have already shared an example with you that if we have done job analysis properly, then there is very high chance that we are getting talented people, excellent people in our organization. Training and development. Now, if we have done job analysis properly, which means first of all, we have proper idea about the term called job. It could be a one, it could be many. So we have better clarity about those jobs. Then people, those who are being selected and will join us as an employee of our organization, then it would be very much easy for them to get trained and for us to provide training to them with respect to the job which we have analyzed well. Followed by performance appraisal. Now, this is very important. We are going to discuss this thing in detail in later sessions. But you might have heard this word many a times from your family members or your parents, those who are working. Performance appraisal. You might have asked them till the time we will reach up to that topic. But what I can tell you this much at this point of time, that yes, if job analysis has been done properly, then it will be very much helpful to performance appraisal, the process which has been done annually or biannually for every person of an organization. Second last, but very important, the wages as well as salary administration. Now, as you all are aware, people are joining an organization in order to shape their career, to get proper reward. So there could be monetary as well as non-monetary reward available. But from the beginning of the word called business till today and for future, priority will always remain money. That's wages or salary, whichever word we may use. Wages for the workers and salary for the employees. How it has been administered. So for X job, the amount of salary is higher than job Y and job Z. So why is that so? And how people working in an organization and how people managing all those issues, for both of them, job analysis would be a directive so that they can manage wages as well as salary of various people working in an organization. And last but not the least, health and safety. Now, dear students, understand, like you might have seen many of your family members or known people are working at hazardous places, like in mines, in factories, with boiler, with certain hazardous chemicals. Now, these are the things where HR department has to be very much careful about their health as well as their safety issues. But it is very difficult for HR to get an idea about all this stuff. So what could be the solution? Solution is job analysis. If particular job has been properly analyzed, and if this is not the case with one job, but if it is the case with almost all different jobs available in an organization, so what happens? Accordingly, HR department will arrange the health and safety precautions, and they'll make sure that people, those who are working in difficult condition, they will not have any sort of injury, any sort of trouble during their routine course of work. So this is not direct but indirect and very strong connection. If job analysis has been done properly, we can think that yes, people will remain healthy, people will remain safe. So these were the various utility of job analysis. It might start with job evaluation, where we try to evaluate different jobs with one another, but it ends certainly with the safety and health parameters of people, those who are working in an organization. So let's move on to the next one from the usage of job analysis. The most important one, the process. Like, please understand, whatever topics you are going to discuss and you are going to learn, please focus upon one part, that is the process or procedure of any given topic. Why? Because if you discuss characteristics or objectives or advantages or limitations, you don't need to follow any order, right? You don't need to follow the chronology, because you can write down as per your understanding and convenience. But when there is a procedure or there is a process, which means you have to follow the order. You cannot skip or change the order of any particular step. Otherwise, your process will be in trouble and we fail to get the desired outcome. So here we have total number of 6 steps in order to perform job analysis for any number of given jobs in organization. So number 1 is the purpose. Why we would like to go for job analysis? Now there could be various reasons behind this. Let's say, take an example, if you have started a new company and you have to initiate with certain most important jobs. So in the beginning, you want to do job analysis. Second option, like in the era of fierce competition, your competitors have come up with something new, total novel, which you don't have any idea. Now you have to cope up with this particular new change. So what you are going to do? You have to come up with new job. You have to come up with certain novelty. So that's why you have to do job analysis. Third, you are doing good in your existing business, but now you have decided that let's diversify. Let's going somewhat different than our regular path. Let's say you are into textile industry like Reliance and you have decided to start with telecommunication, let's say Jio. Now your any job of textile won't be having any relevance with telecommunication. So you have to bring out new jobs. One more option, let me give you. Suppose your company is 20 years old. Now initially when you have started for first decade it was good. Last another 5-6 years it was fine. But last 3-4 years, not only you but your staff also had a same feeling that they are not enjoying. They are unable to perform well. And you don't have any doubt on their capacity or willingness. But there is something missing. Something is lacking. So that's why you have decided to analyze the jobs which are existingly available in order to get rid of the problem. So there could be any purpose why you would like to do job analysis. But there should be a purpose, because anything which you are going to do without purpose will not serve you better outcome. It's not something that other company is doing and that's why I'm doing. You cannot do job analysis like that. Stage 2, that we have to gather background information. See, job analysis is something like you are doing not about that job, but you are doing that about a job holder, the one who is doing that job as well. So first of all, whenever you analyze, you have to have a great amount of information. So that's why you should have a relevant, accurate and in detail information. So stage 2 would be to gather information not from one source but from various sources. We'll discuss what could be the sources and what could be the methods you can apply. Then third, what are the different jobs which we are going to analyze? Suppose for any organization, let's say you take a small company wherein there are 27 different jobs. So they are not going to analyze all 27 in one shot. They will do it stepwise. So similarly, you have to figure out that for today, for now, we are going to discuss these 3 jobs, or we are going to discuss these 5 jobs which comes under particular bracket. So that's how we have to decide what many jobs which we are going to analyze. That's how you can just shape your decision. Then number 4, the stage number 4 or the process step number 4 is to collect information. Now you are not going to collect every single information which you can get it. No. Understand, you have decided the jobs. Suppose you have decided that for a company called automobile dealership, wherein different departments are there, and today we are going to discuss or we are going to analyze the jobs pertaining to the IT department of that company. So in that company, if there are 3 positions in IT department, you should try to collect all possible relevant information of these 3 positions of IT department only. You don't need to collect any data from sales or marketing or finance or HR right now, because you are focusing upon IT department. So you have to collect all possible information about that department. Then it's not always possible that whichever information we have collected or we have received is appropriate, isn't it? No, there could be a higher chances of flaws, defects, mistakes, errors. That's quite possible. So what we are going to do, we can discuss that particular stuff with the relevant people who have an expertise, and just request them, or along with them we are going to review the information which has been available before us. And then the end result, like from the first stage about the purpose, then we have figured out that what sort of different jobs which we are going to analyze. Then we will collect various information pertaining to that job, as well as we can check with other people, those who have similar level of experience pertaining to that job. And then when we make the analysis, final task, when we analyze the relevant information, that towards the end we will get the outcome. And outcome is something which we are waiting from the job analysis. That's called JD and JS. That is job description and job specification. Let me tell you one thing here. Job description is all about a particular job, and job specification is all about a particular job holder. So from job analysis purpose to end, we will get job description and job specification, and that's how a process of job analysis rests here. So dear students, till now what things we have discussed, let's summing up fast. We try to get an idea about what is job analysis, then what could be the ideal definition or meaning of job analysis, what are the basic usage of job analysis, how it could be very important for any organization, certain common factors pertaining to job analysis, and most important, the process of job analysis. So in this session we have discussed this much, and in upcoming session we are going to discuss what would be the components as well as how we are going to collect data or information for job analysis, followed by job design. Thank you so much. Have a great learning.